Then we see. Okay, so very interesting things happening here. SPX way down, but it's up from yesterday. It was up down another 40. So what's going on, Sam? What's going on? So here's what's going on. Is the tariffs are not in effect yet. They go into effect as of tonight. So they can negotiate all the way to tonight. So what's happening? All these people are saying, oh, Trump's talking to them. They're going to get a deal. They're not going to get a deal. I mean, I don't believe they're going to get a deal. I mean, can you cave in the first day? Have you seen anybody ever cave in the first day? Okay, so I don't know. But that would be my opinion. That means the bigger move, you get another move. You get a move today. You get a move into the close, and you get another move later tomorrow if it actually goes into effect. You got people like Goldman Sachs saying this is going to be short, 1 or 2 days. Really? Interesting. So think about it. You're Canada, you're Mexico, you're Europe, or let's say you're fighting with whoever on whatever, and they say we're going to do this. So why is Canada even retaliating with 25% tariffs if they're going to just concede, right? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, you're going to do, oh, then we're going to just agree to all your terms. Okay, so I don't think that happened, but that's what I think is happening. And then we see. Remember that the NASDAQ is not as weak as you think, okay, guys? Because last Monday, the market was down 150, so 50 more than here. So if you divide it by 2, right, or by 2, that's 50 points. So for 50 points, NASDAQ is about down 200 points. So at 150 points, it would be down 600. But last Monday, when we were down 150 SPX, the NASDAQ was down 1,000. It was down 400 more. So it's not as weak as last week, okay? So just understand that, okay? Interesting stuff happening. And that's what we know. Do we pop? Maybe. Do we drop? Maybe. What we know is the NASDAQs are going to open at 100 plus. The ones that we had are going to open at 100 plus. And you bought them at 30. I mean, do they get to 500? Maybe. If the whole thing collapses, maybe. Or you take 100 and you're happy. Okay? That's trading. I mean, you sell them, you roll, and you don't worry about it. Okay? Now, China, he's doing 10% tariffs on China too. They haven't said anything yet. What are they going to do? Okay. Now, this PDD, this TIMU, so there's this de minimis safe harbor, I think, whatever, there's no tax on stuff under $800, is now going to be taxed or tariffed. It's going to be tariffed. So they're going to lose that 10% minimum. Okay. So they have an issue. So that's PDD. So keep an eye on that one. That's interesting. Now, if he cancels all this, then that changes, okay? But he's not going to cancel this, okay? I don't think he's going to cancel this, especially not the first day, unless he gets everything he wants. Now, will he? Maybe. Don't know, okay? France registrations of Teslas are way lower. Interesting stuff. So that's what's going on. The interesting one here becomes very interesting to me is Lilly is lower. And remember, they had bad earnings last time. They really butchered everything. Okay? Do they not butcher it this time and it rips back to 900? Very, very interesting. We're gonna keep an eye on the 850s. Would love to get them at about $6. It'd be an interesting play. Okay. That being said, Nvidia is under 116. That's very weak. Under 116, 109, it could collapse. Do all the chips go down? He says he's going to tariff chips on top of that. Meta was at 707. It's all the way down to 6. So if you say 677, it's down 40 on good numbers. Okay, and they're not in China. Okay, so interesting stuff happening. Baba not down that much at all. So keep an eye on that one. Twilio all the way back to 142, got to 150, let it go down, then we go back up. ASML lower, Lam Research lower, chips are all lower. Bitcoin collapsing down to 94. Wow. So watch Bitcoin. Bitcoin under 90 will crater the whole market again next wave. Okay, and that's what we know. That's what we know. And see, people don't understand this stuff. People say to me, "Oh, SPX already coming." The tariff's going to affect tonight. Okay, and now just remember this: every single week, you're going to get every single day, you're going to get a rumor that they've reached a deal. Isn't that funny? Did we not think Ukraine and Russia would get a deal when the war started? Oh, when's the war ending? When's the war ending? 6 months later, nobody even gives a shit that the war is going on. Ever. Nobody cares. Okay? So just understand that. Tesla earnings were stunningly bad, and it went up. Okay? So just understand that. Now, he's going to put out these robots, and he's going to do all this other stuff. Yes. But Elon is more of a wait and see. Wait and see if he can actually do it. Because he just doesn't ever do what he says. Goldman Sachs, keep an eye on it, way down. It got, 646, it's way down. We sold them perfectly. If it gets down to about 600, it gets very interesting. Okay? And that's what we know. That's what we know. Let's get started. Hold on, comments, questions. Look real quick. Anything? Okay. So that's what we know. Okay, 2-3 new month. Beginning of the month buying. Let's see what happens here. SPX is down 95 or 90. So let's just say 100 for a round number. You get 59.40 and you add 10 because it's down that front, so 59.50. So that's what you're at. 59.09 and then 58.52. Anything under 58.52 is a monster trend change. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Needs to get back over 6,000. Avago 221, 226, under 209. Nvidia 221, 224, underneath 116 and then 109. ARM has earnings this week, 156, 161. Remember they signed that big deal and it went up, but that doesn't go into effect right now. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. Underneath 141. CrowdStrike got all the way to 410 and it's down 30. These things are not dropping $5. They're dropping 20, 30. Okay. I love CrowdStrike for earnings. If it can get down to about 370 and you get the 400 to 2, becomes interesting. Okay. PDD 101, 191. Lilly 816, 822. Meta 707. How long does it take? In theory, it doesn't get to 707 for at least 4 or 5 weeks. Then we see. Never know. Baba 103, under 91. Twilio 146, under 137. Lam Research 83, under 77. ASML 772, underneath 691. Coin, like it for earnings. Let it come down more. If they crater coin down to 240, we're going to go load up on the 300s for earnings. Think their earnings are going to be really, really good numbers. Then we see. 309, 251. MicroStrategy 291, 352. Goldman Sachs 341. Reddit 206, 181. AppLovin 373, just can't hold. Isn't that interesting? NASDAQ 21,000 round number. Microsoft 406, 391. Tesla 381, 422. NOW looks like it's trying to break 980, 1052. That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.